An introduction to telekinesis. The ability to consciously develop and apply telekinesis may have been taught and practiced since ancient times. Telekinesis may have been demonstrated during biblical times. Telekinesis is thought to be the secret behind the stones in Easter Island, mysterious Stonehenge, and the construction of the pyramids. However, the true story of telekinesis remains unknown. ESP is the cognitive or intuitive knowledge manifested through means other than the 5 physical senses. 5 physical senses is everything that exists outside of your mind. Your knowledge of ESP cannot be obtained from any or all of the 5 physical senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. ESP can be said to be the knowledge needed to learn how to properly ride a bicycle, and telekinesis would then be the act or utilization of that knowledge to ride the bicycle. Simply, ESP refers more to knowledge, while telekinesis is the utilization of that knowledge. ESP is the accumulated knowledge, and telekinesis is the same knowledge in practical use. In summary, telekinesis refers to the influencing of an object and by mental means alone, while ESP refers to your obtained knowledge through means other than the 5 physical senses. ESP can only be obtained from thought and emotion. Those mental processes are only utilized from thought and emotion and not from the 5 physical senses. Regarding the mental condition, the majority's inability to accept change or to further advance in recent ESP developments and discoveries demonstrates the result of a collective closed mind. The majority has been lacking the moral foundation to responsibly develop and utilize their remarkable inherent skills. A pen could be seen as a useful tool in writing, yet can also be seen as an object that can inflict physical pain. For anything that exists, the majority will always have a positive and a negative comment about it. In general, when thinking about what could be done with the power to influence objects mentally, the majority carefully considers the idea about how telekinesis can be used to their advantage to become rich or powerful, regardless of who will be hurt in the process. This negative outlook towards telekinesis forces the majority to teach, talk, and practice telekinesis secretly. The oppressive mindset of the majority has delayed humanity from evolving to its full potential. With the ability to bend an object's physical nature comes the inherent potential for destructive purposes. Although the majority will find this a fascinating concept, telekinesis and its true intention is not intended to be a dangerous skill. There is much more about telekinesis than a common perception of merely being able to bend objects with your mind. You will notice, in time, learning telekinesis will teach you more about positive thoughts. It will provide a disciplined mind and a relaxed, stress-free state. You will also enjoy mental, physical healing as a byproduct of learning telekinesis. When you successfully unleash this ability, the responsibility to use telekinesis in a positive way will seem very important to you. The reward for positive telekinesis use is a calm mind and a good feeling. Telekinesis should be treated as an added ability for the betterment of humanity. You will soon become aware that moving an object is actually more important and satisfying than the bending of an object's physical structure. In reference to the utilization of telekinesis, you are able to move all objects simultaneously or one object, but you are not able to move one object while you slow or calm the other object. That discrepancy of object movement is not because of a mental condition that needs to be addressed, but rather the environment is the main factor. Think of the environment as an extension to your body. You can see your finger as an object or your hand as another object. Rather, you are trying to move your finger or your hand or both. Only one object is moving, and that object in motion is any amount of object that you will to influence. One day, you may be able to move an object, while another day, an object could not be moved. Not because the environment has changed. The conditions of that environment are still the same, yet the object cannot be moved anymore. Similar to any skill, telekinesis must be practiced, or you will lose the skill in time. Therefore, it is very important that you practice the influencing of an object every day. You may have moved an object, and within the next 10 minutes, the object cannot be moved anymore. Telekinesis is not a gift, where once you have it, you always will. Although the ability is inside you, the ability must be used or forgotten. This is similar to any other ability. Although you may take walking for granted, walking requires lots of skill to achieve. You may not be aware of how much skill walking needs. But if you spent 6 months in the hospital because of a physical or mental condition that needed to be attended to, and you had spent all of that 6 months in bed, then you would understand that walking would then be difficult to do. Nevertheless, the lack of moving an object after 10 minutes of time may not be the result of a forgotten skill. Telekinesis is similar to your desire for physical condition. One day, you may be able to run a distance of about 30 meters, while the next day, you may only run a distance of about 20 meters. The ability of how long and for how far you may run is mainly determined by your physical condition. Likewise, The skill of telekinesis is mainly determined by your mental condition. Without mental condition, you will notice a lack of mental control, and in turn, you may notice a decrease in your telekinetic ability. Telekinesis is similar to how you move your hand in the air. Your desire to move your hand is all that is needed for your hand to move. That mental ability is known as your will. You will a part of your body to move a particular way, and it does. Although telekinesis is similar to how you move your hand, you need more telekinesis information than a simple sentence that says for you to just do it. The environment and your mental condition are both important factors for the utilization of telekinesis. The lack of understanding about either the environment, the physical plane, or your mental condition, the mental plane, will result in your hampered telekinetic ability. As you are learning telekinesis, you will be in heavy thought. When you have learned telekinesis, you just apply your skills to the object and without any thought about it. Telekinesis is achieved from your will. This is the nature of telekinesis. Both the environment and your mental condition determine your ability to influence an object. Rather than trying to influence one or many objects simultaneously, your selected amount of objects will only be influenced collectively. Like any skill, the skill of telekinesis must be practiced, or you will decrease in telekinetic ability. To ensure that you grow in telekinetic ability, you must practice telekinesis every day. For your preparation of this in-depth learning, the words physical plane and mental plane need to be explained. External of the mind, the physical plane refers to all physical substance in the universe. Physical substance must hold body, where body is anything that takes up physical space. Everything perceived to be of a physical substance exists in the physical plane. The physical plane is not a place that holds all substance together. Instead, the physical plane is only a word used to refer to all physical substance in reality. The term physical plane may be confusing to some. You may believe that the word physical refers to that of matter and not of energy. This is not true. The physical plane refers to everything external of your mind, everything that composes of the universe from your perspective is the physical plane. Since the majority can physically feel you and can determine by the 5 physical senses that you are of a physical substance, they will perceive you to be a part of their physical plane of existence. Your brain is of substance. The majority can determine the existence of your brain from the 5 physical senses. Nevertheless, the majority cannot physically determine your mind from using their 5 physical senses. There is no way to determine from the perspective of the majority that your mind is physical in their physical plane of existence. You can assume that the words physical plane are used to refer to something that can be physically seen, and you would only be partly right in your assumption. In summary, the physical plane is everything that exists external of your mind, regardless of the word physical. In physical plane, both energy and matter exist on the physical plane. The mind does not exist at the physical plane because the mind cannot be analyzed by the physical senses. The mental plane refers to the inner function of the mind, or how the mind processes its internal information. You will examine the mind to determine if the mind is inside or outside of the physical plane of existence. You will examine the definition of the mental plane. The majority may say that the redness of your eyes is the result of the bad air in the environment. The chemicals in the air can make your eyes turn red. The redness of your eyes is made from a burning sensation, a rejection of that air quality. The soreness of your body is the result of that environment. Nevertheless, the air quality can be excellent the day you had red eyes. Even smoking drugs can make your eyes turn a red color, yet the smoke never physically touched your eyes. Likewise, lying on the couch all day can make your body sore. In fact, discomfort can enter the body, and regardless of your activities of the day. Although the majority can explain the redness of the eyes and the tiredness of the body with a physical plane explanation, the mental plane explanation is always completely ignored. From the lack of mental plane information, the majority has lost the way to correctly analyze reality. Instead, they see reality only from their perspective. At the mental plane, verify that physical soreness and the lack of internal energy production are common. You will notice that your mental state has a lot of influence on your physical tiredness. At a physical plane, there is no means for the majority to determine that you can hear your thoughts inside of your mind. There is no way for the majority to determine that you are mentally seeing a vision from imagination. A vision now exists in your mind, and in every use, in every instance of the word, exists, because in your vision you see an object. However, an object from within your vision cannot be analyzed by the 5 physical senses. Your vision, although it exists, cannot exist external of your mind. The majority ignores a part of existence that may be beneficial to them. They tend to limit their knowledge because they need physical proof for something. If that something cannot be physically proved, they tend to ignore that information. Hence, everything can be proven with a formula. Well, that's a known phrase used to increase the popularity of scientific physical plane theories. Reality is composed of more than just the physical plane. Thus, you should not limit your knowledge to the physical plane theories. Not everything can be explained with a scientific formula. You must begin to analyze information from a mental plane perspective. In doing so, you will unleash your telekinetic ability. If you want to learn telekinesis, you must forget about the normal physical plane way of thought. The mental plane refers to the inner function of the mind or how the mind processes its internal information. Most tend to only believe in what they can physically see. They conclude that everything can be explained physically. The majority's hampered ability to correctly analyze reality is the result of a lack of mental plane information. The mental plane is an important factor in learning telekinesis. Telekinesis cannot be learned from just physical plane information. Introduction to the aura. Aura is literally an energy that permeates and individually surrounds all organic and inorganic matter. The aura that is physically seen around the outside of the human body varies in color and size from psi, psi energy. An aura looks very similar to the flames of a fire. To understand, the flames of the fire that completely cover your body will not be fixed to a certain size. The flames of a fire will not move in an upward direction that would be similar to how fire burns in a fireplace. Instead, the flames of a fire will be moving away from any given area of your body. Your aura will fluctuate in size depending on the quality of your aura. The size differences of your aura are only in reference to the type of energy you contain. Good energy increases the size of your aura, while bad energy decreases the size of your aura. The aura can be seen with eyesight and felt with the mind's eye. Both techniques are practiced to receive information for the aura. You might not be able to see an aura at your first attempt, as you will discover that the practice can be very draining on the eyes. The crossing of your eyes can be damaging to your nerves. In addition, the untrained eyes must be looking at an object for a lengthy period before an aura can be easily seen. Inorganic matter, something that is not alive, like a book or a ring, more or less has a static auric color, meaning an inorganic object can have multiple colors to the aura, yet the aura never fluctuates in color pattern. Organic matter, something alive, like a human or a dog, can have multiple colors to the aura that fluctuates in color pattern. Or colors which are seen at the external area of the body are transparent. The colors behind the aura, such as the cloth you're wearing, can actually make your aura look differently. A black-colored shirt with a white aura will instead make your aura look gray and can be misinterpreted as an aura of dirtiness. However, that auric color has simply been misinterpreted. Since a black-colored shirt will darken your aura, the auric color the majority will see from you will not be the actual color emanating from that part of your body. When you mix prime colors, you will discover that millions of different shades of color can be made. Please be aware of this when trying to read the aura of others. While the ability to see an aura can be beneficial for other mental abilities, reading the aura is a more practical skill to use and without the limitation of eyesight. The aura reading ability is to simply rely on the mind's eye, which is a technique used in empathy. When you understand telekinesis, you literally understand the true meaning of the quality of energy. When you understand this, the type of information you contain could be overwhelming. If your aura is bad, making it to the end of death will be easy. If your aura is good, making it to the end of life can be easy. Without the understanding of telekinesis, you simply battle life and death every day. If you can maintain your good aura, the battle of living and dying is not relevant. Determining a bad aura. The ability to learn telekinesis is within everyone. However, you would not teach the majority how to ride a bike if you felt that the majority was not ready to learn. Nor would you teach someone how to hold a knife if they were not ready to hold a weapon. If you are not in a good place with yourself, it may not be the proper time to learn or teach the skill of telekinesis to anyone. Remember, a bad aura and a good aura only refers to the quality of your energy. Bad aura does not necessarily mean that you are unkind or uncaring. Seeing an aura is not needed to learn telekinesis. It is better to develop the ability of empathy, which is a practice needed to feel an aura. Feeling an aura is more accurate than eyesight limitations. Learn to have the following as a part of your daily living regimen to ensure and maintain good aura within yourself. Do not exist in a state of worry regarding outcomes of events or something that has happened in your past. Learn to be a generally calm thinker. Maintain a living environment that is always relaxing and calm. Learn to work through the pains of headaches and muscle cramps. This can be done with exercise, good diet, and a relaxing environment. Learn to not lean on medication and drugs that are not necessary for better health and or the removal and easing of physical pain. Learn to rest properly, as this is key to staying calm within the mind. This is necessary to have relaxing thoughts and peace within the self. Remember, bad dreams may occur occasionally. Make sure that you never awake yelling with fear. Learn to talk easily with assertiveness, even when the majority is disagreeable. You can change your bad aura into a good aura quite easily. You can start with avoiding medication that is unnecessary, chemicals, drugs, pills, shots for things that if you've not caught yet, such as the flu, caffeine, alcohol, or anything else that can alter the mind and the body. Practice meditation and focus exercises daily. Drink more water, fruit juice, and/or vegetable juice. Only drink the fruit and vegetable juices that you enjoy. Avoid sour juices, such as grapefruit juice. Most liquids other than water could have additives and/or preservatives that can lower the aura. Add more foods to your diet that grow from the ground. Artificial foods contain many chemicals that can lower your aura. Exercising is paramount during this time. You will feel tired after proper exercise. You will feel more relaxed and mentally calm and experience the release of endorphins. Exercise also helps to relax the mind. Do what you can to get at least several sessions of rest throughout your day, in 20-minute intervals if possible. Do everything you can to get as much sleep as you can at night. While 8 hours is ideal, there are many of us who are unable to get as much rest. It is your job during this learning period to learn and experience the importance of a full 8 hours of sleep at night. In summary, the aura is literally your energy in the form of an energy field surrounding you. Auric colors can be seen as darker or lighter than they really are. Please be aware of the clothing or surroundings of a person when learning to interpret aura. And remember, seeing with your eyes the colors of an aura of an object or being is not necessary to learn telekinesis. Feeling is and will always be more accurate than your eyes' limitations. The chakras. A long time ago, sages and wise men from parts of India and Tibet preached about an aura that surrounded the body. It was proven to be correct when Semyon Davidovich Kirlian and Valentina Kirliana accidentally discovered Kirlian photography. They defined Kirlian photography as a process in which a high voltage was passed across an object and the image captured on film. Kirlian observed the film and saw a bright field surrounding an object. Kirlian photographs illustrated that there is a connection between the human body and its surroundings. It was shown that certain diseases are signified long before they actually manifest in the physical plane. The auric field is highly connected with your emotional state of mind. The term chakras originated from the northern part of India during the early 12th century. The scriptures on chakras were written in an ancient Indian language called Sanskrit, which is assumed the mother of all Indian languages. According to ancient Hindu mythology, chakras are energy centers located on the surface of the auric body. Chakras are the whirlpools in the auric body that act as transmitters and receivers of energy. Chakras are the link between the physical body and its spiritual counterpart. The chakras spinning about their center like a hurricane of energy. Each chakra having its own unique frequency of rotation. Each chakra should function independently at the correct frequency at all times. In order for the emotions of the mind to be converted to energy, some kind of machine needs to transform out those energies from emotions. In order for the emotions of the mind to be converted to energy, some sort of machine needs to transform out those emotions into energy. That process is achieved by the chakras. In some instances, the chakras may be unable to convert emotions into energy. Learn more about the blocked chakras. Since emotions are non-materialistic, they are not immediately transmitted into the physical atmosphere. Instead, they go into the non-materialistic spiritual body and are transmitted to the transitional layer of the aura by the chakras. This is how people attract events and experiences into their lives. It is also why some people have better luck than others. The chakras also aids in transmitting energy from the aura and out to the spiritual realm of universal energy. This universal energy is abundant in the sense that it is neither positive nor negative. But any kind of energy can be harnessed from it through proper usage of the chakras. When your body is in need of strength, the universal energy, which continuously flows to the spiritual body and the aura, is applied to the body by the chakras in the form of physical energy. The chakras are largely in contact with the major glands in the body because glands help to control emotions. The chakras help the emotions to remain balanced. The chakras open out to the surroundings, and they are shaped like a hurricane, drawing energy towards its vortex. The chakras are also the connecting points between the human body and the mind. According to ancient mythology, there are more than 150 chakras located at various points of the body. The main activities of the body are controlled by 7 major chakras. Kirlian studies have revealed that emotions pass through the chakras into the aura and remain there in the form of PSI or psi energy in various colors. Since energy is abundant, there will be variations of energy when events are about to occur. Hence, the aura begins to darken before the actual event occurs. If you are about to experience kidney failure, the region in front of your kidney darkens long before the failure occurs. Every disease first manifests in the spiritual plane and then in the physical plane. Improper functioning of the chakras may make it more difficult for the emotions to be transmitted into the aura. In the event of improper functioning of the chakras, undesired emotions continue to remain in our aura. When the aura is saturated, the undesired emotions manifest in the form of diseases and physical ailments. The solution to this would be to energize the chakras and cleanse your aura regularly. When the chakras are energized, you feel peaceful. the negative energy in your aura has been dissipated into the spiritual world, and you no longer feel discomfort. Instead, there is a feeling of peace. With relevance to telekinesis, only two major chakras need to be explained. The sixth chakra is commonly referred to as the brow chakra, commonly called the third eye. The location of the brow chakra is the tip of the front part of the brain. Depending on the composition of your brain, the brow chakra may be located above the physical eyes, at the center of the forehead, or slightly above the top part of your nose. This is the location of higher perception and psychic ability. As your negative psi energy continues to unbalance this chakra, so does the tension continuing to unbalance you in the form of higher levels of physical discomfort. Other physical symptoms include blurred vision and eye strain. Mental symptoms may include thought loudness, doubtful thinking, or being self-centered, which of course all points to depression. In some cases where prolonged negative energy blocks the chakras, symptoms may include schizophrenia. There have been numerous cases where someone's head has literally exploded from too much tension. There may be a sensation of tension that is associated with the physical area of the chakras. Depending on your physical condition, you may or may not feel that sensation of tension. That sensation is usually felt when you are tired. That area must be cleansed before telekinesis is utilized at maximum capability. When you cleanse that area, you can decrease the tension level. That area is achieved when the mind is at focus. The seventh chakra is commonly referred to as the crown chakra, also known as the life-giving energy. The location of the crown chakra is located just underneath the top of the skull. This is the location of spirituality and the pathway to higher intelligence and positive or negative psi energy production. When this chakra is blocked with negative psi energy, you will feel tension at that area and in the form of a headache or migraine headaches. Other physical symptoms are faint ringing or humming sounds in the ears and pressure in the temples. Mental symptoms may include the inability to stop thought loudness, paranoia, destructive feelings, and a low spark of joy. This chakra may need to be cleansed. This area is achieved when the mind is at energy or force. Remember, the chakras convert emotion into energy. Two major chakras for telekinesis are the brow chakra and the crown chakra. What is focus energy? Focus energy and force are the three fundamentals of telekinesis. Telekinesis cannot be utilized until all of the fundamentals are developed. You will now learn the fundamentals of telekinesis in the order of focus, energy, and force. Focus is the first fundamental of telekinesis. Focus is defined as no thought loudness. This is calming the mindful chatter. Focus is the physical location of the brow chakra. Proper focus is required before total telekinesis can be achieved. Focus really isn't about processing meaningful information. Critical information about the word focus is not usually a topic of importance. Defining the word focus oftentimes suggests that one must concentrate on a particular task. However, you do not have enough information for you to correctly perform a focused mental state of mind. You must learn how to mentally apply focus for you to then be focused. So, focus is not about concentrating on a particular task. It's quite the contrary. The opposite of concentration applies to focus. When you are not analyzing something in current thought, you are then focused on a particular task. When your thoughts are so relaxed, no mental concentration is utilized. When you are in focus, your mind is open to processing information. Instead of processing the already obtained information and concentrating on it, mental processing will pull the mind from a particular task that needs to be addressed. When the majority refers to focus, they refer to directing one's attention. In this case, the word focus is used more to refer to haste, or speed, or completion. In telekinesis, focus refers more to your loudness of thought. When you cannot hear yourself repeating words inside your mind, then you are focused. Focused is to look at an object and without any thought in the mind. Thought, in this case, refers only to the loudness inside your mind or the mind's chatter. You are focused when you are mentally calm and the mind is quiet. Only when you empty all of the chatter and recurring thoughts are you then in focus. External audio, such as telekinetic melody or audio specially made, can be used as a source for calming and relaxing the mind to be more focused. The focus area of the mind does not produce negative thoughts. You are then relaxed and in comfort. After using audio for a certain length of time, you can become accustomed to an induced state of mind that relaxation brings. By listening to audio, you may become more aware of the desired state of mind. In turn, sounds do have the ability to allow you to reach that particular state of mind easier and faster. In time, as you learn telekinesis, you will also want to rid yourself of external audio of any kind. Focus can do much more for you because the mind is not relaying external sources. It is not also relying on any external sources. Training the mind without relying on external sources should become the first priority. Energy is the second fundament of telekinesis. Energy is needed to influence an object. Energy is the physical location of the crown chakra. Energy is everywhere. A lightning bolt is energy. Fire is also energy. Nevertheless, The only energy in reference to the practice of telekinesis is your own energy. You will learn to use your own energy to influence other energies. Only when you are maintaining sight can the ability of focus be possible. Focus and sight are common. Hence, the fundamental of both telekinesis and force are in common. The mind's eye refers to the ability to use imagination to vision an object to perceive. All objects mentally perceived are within the mind's eye. Yet, a physical object is not influenced from the utilization of sight. When learning telekinesis, the education of thought loudness is for your preparation to maintain sight on an object. Without your ability to maintain object at sight, careful observation of object in motion is not possible. Nevertheless, that careful observation of object behavior is not telekinetic utilization. You are able to be in focus while maintaining an object with eyesight and while recalling the vision associated with that object from within the mind's eye. Regardless of the object in sight, telekinetic utilization is not the result. The mind's eye is not limited to the physical plane. Therefore, regardless of whether your eyelids are open or closed, you can still maintain the object in sight. Daydreaming may also hamper your ability to maintain conscious awareness for any object. While you have conscious awareness of an object in sight, any combinations of vision are possible. You are also able to see the object that exists in front of you, yet you see that object within the mind's eye while applying eyesight to look at a different object. The mind is very powerful. In reference to sight, there is one critical factor to consider. Emotions are created with the mind's eye. Those emotions produced are how an object is influenced and how physical body tension is increased or decreased. While daydreaming, you must be careful of what you're daydreaming about. Your ability to remain focused, your ability to maintain sight on an object, your ability to influence an object are all linked at the emotional level. Emotion refers to the quality of mental energy created by the discrepancy between perceived reality and the internal processes of the mind. Once at the mind's eye, an emotion can be produced. Emotions are converted into energy by the chakras. The emotions and psi energy are both located at force. Pretend for a moment that you are the only substance that exists in the universe at this moment in time. You cannot see any planets or any other form of matter around you, nor can you see anything of an energy source, such as fire or lightning bolts, as they do not exist in this example. However, you can still see and feel. You see nothing, but you can still see. You feel something, but it is not from anything other than you. You feel an itch. The itch is tingly. and then it feels like it is beginning to crawl around a small part of your body. Just then, you feel lots of tension. All of those types of feelings are literally energy. Energy can feel good to you, or energy can feel bad. All types of energy can be created by the mind. Psi energy is simply currently the word used to refer to that mental energy. Regardless, when you were in that space, being the only substance in the universe, you felt the energy on your external surface of your body. In telekinesis, we call that feeling psi energy. The reason is that energy, well, it didn't come from an outside source. Remember, energy refers to a feeling. Regardless of the type of feeling and where you feel energy, at the physical plane, the original location of energy is at the crown chakra. Energy is the second fundamental of telekinesis and used to influence an object. The terminology used to refer to force can be confusing. Also, expressions such as force of habit or even police force can complicate your learning of force. Force has always and will always be used to mean different things. It is important to ignore such terms of force, as those terms are not relevant for the understanding of telekinesis. Force generally refers to a push or a pull. Hence, the obstruction of energy can be a forceful battle that may never end. In telekinesis, the word force derives from the concept of such an obstruction of energy. Force is often defined as the physical location of the crown chakra when learning telekinesis. Force is also the third fundamental of telekinesis. Sight, emotion, and tension are the three fundamentals of force. When learning your telekinetic abilities, you must simultaneously apply the three fundamentals of force. The ability to maintain sight of an object can only be possible in focus. For a moment, consider that there is only one material that exists that is neither matter nor energy. This material is an element, and that element is wind. The wind, which is composed of air, has both characteristics of matter and energy. The wind, although it embodies air, is not considered air. Wind more refers to the movement of the air rather than referring to wind as air. When you wave your hand in the air, wind is made because of matter in motion. Your hand, which is made of matter, produces the wind. Wind itself is not energy. The flow of energy is literally wind. Wind is created when the motion of energy affects matter. Wind has energy because it embodies the energy present in the air. Wind can move matter because of the energy it uses. Energy acting on matter, also known as air, moves the matter, or a solid. Now, if we substitute the word energy with wind, the sentence now becomes wind acting on matter. Air moves the matter, which is a solid. Therefore, wind has energy. Yet, wind is not an energy unto itself. Wind is depleted from the force of the energy exerted against the environment. Some energy is used up to push the air or an object into a path while in motion until that energy diminishes. For wind to be called wind, there has to be the presence of energy acting on matter. Wind can be used to produce energy. However, wind is not energy. They are quite different. When energy or matter is not set in motion, then the wind is no more. For energy or matter to be set in motion, there has to be a first mover. Regardless, if there is no organic life on Earth, matter can still be put into motion from energy. The sun is energy in motion. Jupiter has no organic life, yet has storms. Wind will still be produced because of the air pressure and heat transfers from the sun. The energy from the sun changes the temperatures of the air. When hot air arises and cold air sinks, wind is created. To summarize, wind and air are not defined as the same thing. Wind refers more to the movement of air rather than wind being air itself. Wind itself is not energy. The flow of energy is wind. Wind is created when the motion of energy affects matter. When you literally have the awareness that telekinesis is a part of reality, you will also have telekinetic ability. Additionally, you will have the conscious awareness of the mind's emotional interlinking. As an example, imagine you're talking calm but loud. Generally, the majority around you will know that you're not upset, even though your tone of voice might suggest that you're upset. The majority will not take defense or offense about the tone of your voice. Instead, they will gather, they will be assertive, they will look inside of themselves and without the expectation of an emotional attack from you. Then pretend that you are not calm, but you're talking very loud. Ideally, the majority will know that you're upset about something. They will not look inside of themselves with warm feelings. Instead, they will be in defense or offense from your communication and with the expectation of an emotional attack from you. You can also imagine watching a movie. Perhaps the bad movie will show in degraded quality with snow, glitching, or all types of effects that make watching the movie unbearable or unenjoyable for some. With positive energy, the movie is high quality, high resolution. The difference being the quality of psi energy produced by the mind and being discharged into the environment. Negative energy is exposed for you to see, while positive energy oftentimes is not. Positive energy is not cloaked or hidden from you. Negative energy is hidden so deep, oftentimes one may not be aware of how negative energy is influencing matter. When you know where negative energy is, your energy will stay positive because of your knowledge of how to stay away from negativity. You will have extra protection for your aura whenever something negative happens. Psi energy is a major factor that will become the difference between watching a high-quality movie and a reel covered in fragmentation. It is the difference between a positive and a negative experience or vibration. The loudness of your words is not enough for the majority to become aggressive with you. This suggests that the majority is feeling your emotions and acting from them. Tension is the scale of the quality of energy that is felt at force. Tension is literally negative emotions felt physically. Force and tension occupies the same space at the crown chakra. Force and tension both can refer to the obstruction of energy. It is important to know that force and tension are in common. It is also important to know the third fundamental of both telekinesis and force are in common. At force, psi energy is literally increasing or decreasing the tension. Tension is increased or decreased in force from your emotional rejection or acceptance for the tension. If you reject the tension, more tension is created at the crown chakra. Your acceptance for energy is highly recommended. The majority believes that if they tense every part of their body, locking joints, walking around like a brick, they believe they will achieve a higher level of telekinesis because they have tremendous amounts of tension. This is untrue. Telekinesis is not about putting your body through high levels of stress or tension. There is no need to be so determined that you are about to blow a vein. Tension is not needed to influence any object. Remember, tension is created from the mental plane and felt at the physical plane. Tension is felt without applying physical tension to the body. Tensing various areas of the body can apply tension, yet tension can be felt at areas without applying stress. Remember, depression is linked with fast thoughts. The inability to stop the mind chatter can result in migraine headaches and many different levels of physical pain. The headaches and migraine headaches are felt in a form of tension, usually felt at the top area of the head or the crown chakra. The three fundamentals of both telekinesis and force have been explained to you. These fundamentals will determine the practice of telekinesis or the utilization of telekinesis. While the three fundamentals of telekinesis must be practiced in their proper order in order to utilize, the three fundamentals of force must also be applied simultaneously. The mind's eye, emotion, and tension are the three fundamentals of force. What is the difference between energy and wind? Thank you for listening to this audio presentation regarding Telekinesis. Please relax and move on to part 2. Telekinesis, energy in motion, where we will discuss moving objects using your newly discovered telekinetic abilities. Thank you again for listening.